Welcome to Static Model Mayhem and Happy New Year. It's 2026 and as you can see from what I have in front of me, we are building Trumpeter's Russian cruiser Admiral Yusakov ex Kirov. In fact, we're going to build it as the proper Kirov, the first ship of its class. Quite a nice kit, but there are quite a few issues. For example, on the box art, you have the MR700 air search radar, the analog, which is correct for Kirov. In the kit, they have included the MR750 radar, which means you cannot build this out of the box as a Kirov. So what are we going to do? We're not going to spend an enormous amount of money to get the dedicated Photoetch set, which provides the proper kit, proper parts, and some railings and additional details. We're going to be building this mostly out of the box, and I'll be using an assortment of Photoetch parts that I have collected throughout the years. We got 5 stars Russian Navy watertight doors. We got Flyhawks ladders and some leftovers from various Soviet Navy and Chinese Navy ships, which with a few conversions you can make those railings fit. We have started building this kit on 2025, late 2025, and got a few pieces together. Our next step is going to be installing some Photoetch parts on a few superstructure pieces. So I'll see you there. Welcome back from the bench. What we're going to be installing is a couple of Photoetch doors right here. This piece and this one might survive the ordeal. Same thing goes for this door, which is rather unacceptable for 2026 standards. So we have a couple of those, and let me get this in focus. Few ladders here and there, and perhaps something on these 3. Let's get you a bit closer. Before installing a detailed part like a Photoetch door, in our case, we'll have to remove the plastic detail within brackets. So what I have with me is these 3 chisels and also something a bit more dedicated like this straight blade. Let's get cracking then. Let me get my mask on. No. Hope you can see it on camera. And let's start removing the details. We've already installed some metal ladders. This one's a bit crooked. We'll fix this one later. Let me get my chisel. Not this one. This should work. Don't force it. Don't put any pressure. Just let the blade do the work for you. No pressure. Next one. It's wise to actually do this on the bench, but you wouldn't be able to see anything from the point of view. Let me grab myself a file. Alternatively, work, let's try it with a blade. The thing is that the camera that I'm recording this goes into power saving mode after 30 seconds or so. Hence, it's rather tricky. I have no idea what it's actually filming. But I think we can manage. We've managed so far. We'll manage now. Let's get the same piece ready on the other side of the superstructure. I hope you can see this. You can get some dedicated modeling chisels, but quite frankly, it's expensive. These are just simple chisels from a craft store. And not bad. Not bad at all. Let me flatten this a little bit. Double check our piece of superstructure. Right. So we're ready to install a couple of photo-etched metal doors. Let's cut the piece. Five-star models, modern Russian and Soviet Navy watertight doors. We'll be installing two of those here and there. First thing we're going to do is, as you can see, I've already used a couple of those. Come on. There we go. Let's pick the proper one to install. Let's check. These look the part. Right here. Now, there we go. Curved blade. You don't want to force it, and you want to have the photo etch set on some kind of rough surface. In our case, a piece of acrylic, which I've liberated from the president of a model club that I used to be a member. Anyway, off we go then. Let's cut a couple of photo-etched doors. Let me see. I'm not going to be using the frame, to be honest with you. Too much of a hassle to get it properly aligned. But I am going to use the actual door itself. Here we go. So how do you bend this? Hope it's in focus. Well, allegedly, frame should be going on the external side. And if you're doing this on your bench, it will be, see? Just the frame just fell off. That's one piece. Let's get our second piece ready. Moving the frame. Off you go. Good, good. And then we have one. We have two doors ready to be installed. That's one, and that's two. Some super glue. This is the easy part. Just let me get the photo orientation. That's one, and that's two. Super glue, and you can use a wax pencil to pick this off, but what I'm using right now, because I can't be asked to check my workshop where I have left my wax pencils, cocktail stick with a bit of blue tack, white tack, poster tack, whatever. You get the point. We're going to use this, pick the door, and place it on the model. Off we go. I don't want to waste any super glue, so just a tiny amount will do. Paper towel. You want the cap to be glued in place with super glue. And again, one piece of cocktail stick where the door is supposed to be located. So. The theory is that it will stick with the glue. For a few seconds, place it properly. Hopefully it gets aligned, or not. In that case, we repeat the process. Let's get you out of there. As you can see, mistakes happen, or as Bob Ross used to call them, happy accidents. Let me see the state of this. I'd say it's good enough. Plan B. Super glue again. This time with a pair of tweezers. See it? And I think we're good. Here we go. Next one. Apparently, tweezers work better than my little blue tack on a stick trick. Align it properly. It's going to be a platform right underneath this door. Yep. Good enough. So we have installed a couple of doors. I'm not sure about this one, these watertight doors. I'm not sure. I'll decide later. But for now, that's what we have. Next stop, ladders. See you in a bit. Welcome back. We're going to be installing, not this side we'll be installing a couple of photo-etched ladders here and there. For this purpose, I have some leftovers from Trumpeter's handrails and ladders Photoetch set. So, as we did with outdoors, let's remove the plastic detail. I have already pre-measured, watch your fingers. I've pre-measured the length, so we should be okay. As you can see, if you have the part steady in your workbench, it's a lot easier. Don't dig into the plastic. No pressure. The blade is more than capable of scraping away the raised detail. We're going to be using this one and this one. Again, where is it? There we go. Curved blade, and we'll be cutting this. Don't put any pressure, just leave the blade rest and use it like this. So imagine that I have a part here, and I'm not putting force, I'm just rocking the blade back and forth. Out. I'm cheating here a bit because I'm using a smaller diameter ladders. If you get Trumpeter set, be advised that the actual ladder is a lot smaller than what it should be. Let me give you an example. That's the ladder size. Trumpeter ones are a lot smaller, but we'll manage. Told you I was going to cheat, didn't I? And let me get this piece squared up. Just removing the burr. You could use a diamond file, but I don't want to bend the part. See that close. Or use it. As usual. Nope, other side. Just a small dab of super glue. Tweezers, tweezers, tweezers. Second part. I hope I have enough super glue there. Let's see. A bit more. We'll be using the bonder to get smoother surface. to be a bit careful. Good enough. Again, I'm not going to be spending something upwards of 70 euros plus postage to get the dedicated Photoetch set. Let's see. I just want to see how far I can push it with the pieces that I have. So, 2 ladders in, and for these and these, since are lower part of the superstructure, or perhaps I can use that. Let me see. This one. These are 300. Yeah, we'll be using these. And I'll probably do this off camera, and I'll show you the result. I'll be right back. Welcome back. So on today's session, what we've managed to do is to get 2 Photoetch doors installed, a few extra ladders all the way around this superstructure, and remember those door frames? I've used them to spruce up the cranes a bit, right there. That's one, and that's another one, second crane. There we go, something like a door frame. So that's it for today. Once again, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.